All right, good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I even had uploaded the video. So, what I wanted to talk about real brief was the situation that happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith. And I wanted to address certain things, right? So, what I wanted to address was it was the fact that how reactionary everything was based on the video, right? So I was like, all right, cool. Let's see this. You see that Chris Rock made a joke. He had made a joke about Jada, and Will and Jada didn't take too kindly to that, right? So I was like, all right, damn. So, but we all know that Jada is going through a little bit of something, but you know, a lot of these Hollywood actors and actresses are always going through something no matter what. So I was like, all right, you know, so what's the big deal about this whole situation? What are we learning from it? From a logical perspective, I said that both of them were wrong. Both of them were completely wrong. I think it was very ignorant of how everything was going about, the whole situation. I think Will could have handled that a little bit differently. I was like, why the fuck, is he smacking this man instead of just, going about it, not going about it into a different way? And what I would have done was that, if you don't like something that somebody has said, then the best thing for you to do is to address them behind closed doors. Like maybe when after the whole situation, after the whole joke and the whole award ceremony was said and done, right? So I was like, nah, this is another way to effeminate the black male. And this is how it's set up like that. So the reason why it's set up like that is because they understand how powerful a black man is, right? So they want to be able to create different scenarios to make us continuously look bad all the time. It never fails. And you see that constantly on TV now. That's why I really don't watch a lot of television, because I'm not going to be watching certain things that promotes homosexuality, let's get that out the way, and extreme violence to make our people look like all we ever are is just reactionary. We're not logic-based people. And that's not the case. We always been the people of class. I mean, we come from the nation of Israel, bro. I'm telling you. We come from the nation of Israel, where a lot of our own ancestors had that class mentality. We were always on a high scale until we decided never to listen to the Most High, and then we just had to go through our punishment for the last 400 years, and it states that in Deuteronomy 28. So I was like, all right, yeah. I had this discussion with this one guy, right? And I reposted the video off of his page, well, for somebody else's page that I follow on Facebook. And so he happens to comment, the guy who originally made the video, and posted on Facebook to my page. And mind you, he doesn't even follow me on Facebook, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't follow me on Facebook. And I was like, I'm just looking at what he's saying to me. So he basically told me, or asked me, that, for me making my statement, I said that it's two things that you can learn here. You don't wife a hoe. Let's be blunt about that, right? You don't wife up a hoe, a whore. That's the Bible speaks of. And that, it's just ignorant to react a certain way. They're both, Chris Rock and Will Smith basically pretty much had looked dumb during the whole thing anyway. I really believe that the whole thing with the award ceremony and getting smacked like that, it was a setup. That shit was all a setup at the end of the day. Because it's Hollywood. When are they never, creating setups? When are they never trying to promote anything? And always, when is a moment that they never have an agenda for what they try to do? I look at it like, nah. They ain't fooling me with this one. I guarantee you, they're not fooling me. And a lot of other men should feel the same way. You should be thinking almost the same way. Like, this is not okay. Bro, you could have handled that, Will. a lot better. This goes to show that you got to be careful of the type of women that you deal with, man. And vice versa for you men, for you women, y'all got to understand what kind of men you're getting involved with. Because if you don't like a particular brother, you shouldn't even be giving that dude a chance. And for men, y'all got to understand more that you got to get to know these women deep down, because women are a little more spiritual based, so they're always in search of things to try to make it seem like it makes sense. They can get into anything that is pretty much not the right things. If anything, if it doesn't include the Bible, then nah, don't deal with that woman. If a woman is not following your lead, if she's constantly disrespecting you in many kind of ways, you shouldn't have to deal with that woman at all. Just like it states in the book of Ecclesiasticus 26, I think it might have been chapter 25 or 26, that because of the woman, that sin has entered into the world, and through her, we all die. Look at that, man. Y'all gotta understand the power of destruction that a woman can have, that a woman can cause, due to the fact that a dude is being ignorant based upon his decisions. Once you get some of that coochie, that shit will make you go crazy, bro. A lot of us are witnessing testimonies. There's been moments where it's females that I had dealt with and I wasn't the same for a while, being in those relationships. And I had to, cry out to God, like, God, Heavenly Father, please save me, because I wasn't doing right. I was being wicked, dealing with wicked women. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, we got to learn how to be able to make better decisions as men. We got to stay grounded and learn how to stay, more intelligent, more emotionally intelligent as far as decisions that we make, right? Because at the end of the day, your life, if your life matters that much to you, you got to learn how to be smart and learn how you're moving out here. You got to be really smart on how you move out here. And I know that I'm young and, I'm not perfect myself, but, I'm damn sure on the right path. I know I am, because I follow the Most High. I told the Most High, I want to follow you, Father, and that if anything, I don't want to stray away from you. So that includes me giving up holidays, not doing certain things that the world is into. That's a sacrifice that you men have to take in order for a woman to be right. And if you come across a woman that is, that right woman, and eventually over time, if she is trying to break free of certain things that you're not into, that she wants to continue doing, then you gotta let her go. You can't, and I gotta let myself know this too. It's like, you can't beg, you can't cry about it. If she's deciding to walk out and leave, then you gotta do what's best for you. You gotta make sure that you have all your sanity at the end of the day, because men are being driven crazy by the wrong types of women every single day. You see what happened every day when these men get in certain relationships, and they're more than likely to kill their own wife or wives or whatever the fact, whatever information has been out there about certain men that killed women that they've been with. And that's why it's just like, we got to learn how to be more emotionally intelligent as far as decisions that we make, because, women are a headache. I get that, understandably. That's an understandable thing. That's what you're going to go through in life with women, because the change of emotions. And then certain women just like a certain type of dude. Some women just don't know what they want out here, and they think they do when they get with you, and then it turns out they're not really into that. See, a lot of women, and not all of them, but a lot of women are into a lot of chaos and destruction in this world. They follow what's emotionally thrilling to them, right? And you can't be a part of that way. You can't be a dude that is willing to please your woman through active violence, because that's going to cost you your life. You can't be willing to cost your own life trying to battle with the world to impress your woman. If anything, if you got a good woman in your corner, your woman is always going to keep you balanced. She's going to make sure that you're not out here doing destructive shit at all. God knows what that you're doing out here. She's supposed to help you stay grounded. She's supposed to help you become a better man. But really, also, that comes within how you feel about yourself first. Because, you know, honestly, at the end of the day, I think that the way you become a better man, you got to search within, deeper within yourself, and understand like what things that you have done wrong, and then you go forward from there. That you pray to the Most High that you're conquering the temptations of this world every single day, because it's hard. It's hard out here, especially for a black man. We are the least most protected, least cared about type of men in this world. It's real, like, man, I don't care if you're a Jamaican, American Negro, a Mexican. We're looked down upon in this world. And we got to understand, like, look, at the end of the day, all we have is ourselves. Every single day we got to move out here, like, you know, we got to move wise. We have to move like a serpent, you know, be harmless as a dove, as it states in the Bible. You know? And I'm just like, wow. They're really trying to put this out here to make us continuously look bad. And I'm like, damn, this shit is just fucked up. And to be honest, excuse my language, but it's just messed up for how that we're treated out here. And it's like, we also, this is what another thing I had learned about the situation. This goes to show that a black man's enemy is himself. A black man's worst enemy is himself. Look what just happened. You seen an emotionally unstable black celebrity. He was laughing at the joke, mind you. Will was laughing at Chris's joke, right? But the next thing you know, something in his mind changes that quick due to Jada's facial expression. Because supposedly she didn't like the joke that was being said. And I didn't think the joke was that bad, to be honest. I didn't think it was that bad. But something that had went into Will's mind from Jada, whatever she put on him, to trigger that man and to walk up walk down near to Chris Rock the way that he did and smack fire in that nigga. But one thing, it just makes both of them look weak, bro. Like, damn, we treat each other like shit as black men. And they're the prime examples that just show, like, you know, we make each other look weak out here. And that's pretty bold. Like, that's pretty messed up, man. But hey, you know, it's just the way how things are becoming. Because back then, a lot of things would have been handled a lot more with class. But nowadays, since the world is more emotionally based on, you know, certain things that people decide to do, it's going to lead to a lot of destruction. See, the heart is deceitfully wicked. Your heart can trick you too into thinking that something is right when it's really wrong for you. That's the thing. Your heart can trick you, bro. That's why it's always important to use your head. You got to think to yourself sometimes. And if it comes down to you having to go through certain, you know, tantrums and, you know, outbursts, you know, sometimes you just got to separate yourself. So you got to separate yourself from the crowd for a little while. So therefore, you can be able to come back and be centered again. Because in the world that we live in, right, we cannot be imbalanced. We cannot be unbalanced in this world, because it's either two sides that you're going to choose. You're either going to choose the Most High or Satan. You either got the Most High or you got Satan. Satan is always looking to devour somebody, bro. That's if you let him. Because temptation is real out here. Whether it's sexual, emotional, physical, any kind of temptation you go through. Whether that's stealing, killing, everything that we battle through on a day-to-day basis. Through the 7 deadly sins of this world. I'm telling y'all, it is no joke. So what I was getting at earlier, as I meant to finish that, so the guy on my Facebook page had told me this, because I had said that you don't joke about a man's wife unless it's that deep, and that you don't wife a hoe. So the guy come in and says that, Will was dibbling and dabbling with other women too, so wouldn't that make him a hoe? I'm like, if Will was dealing with those women in a whore mongering way, that's what a male whore is. A male whore is a whore mongerer. Okay? If Will was dealing with women like that, because, allegedly they have that type of relationship anyway. It's alleged that they have that kind of relationship. So I was like, I'm hoping I'm proving a point here, because look, I don't care what anybody say. I believe in the Bible, and I look into it as, certain scriptures, like it states in the book of Exodus, I think 21:10, that if he shall take him another wife, that he has to continue providing for her, just like he does for his first wife, if he takes on another woman. If anything, Will would have been left Jada. But why don't you think he'd have? Because a lot of these people in Hollywood have handlers, bro. A lot of these people have handlers out in this world of Hollywood. They are controlled assets. They are sent people in order to be controlled and to accomplish certain tasks that creates more division and destruction, that divides the weak from the tare. That's the only reason things like that exist with people. People have handlers out here. Kim was Kanye's handler, and you see where that led to them. They ended up separating. That ended up leaving them separate, and Kanye is battling to go see his kids. Dude is battling right now to go see his kids. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, because us men, we go through phases in life where it comes to dealing with certain women, that we're at our weakest. We are at our weakest with certain women when we don't know any better. Until certain things happen, the Most High works with us, and then he allows us to break away from those kind of spirits. Because that's really important. You don't want to fall because of a woman. And not all women are like this. It's certain ones that we decide to get with because of certain things that she has on the outside instead of what she has on the inside. That's why the book of Proverbs states that beauty is vain. Of a woman, her beauty is vain, because her beauty is going to change as she gets older, bro. You're going to have to want to get with women, or a woman that has a beautiful outlook on life. She fears the Creator like you do. She's not afraid to follow your lead. She's not afraid to let you take the way, take the lead. And if you make mistakes, hey, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect out here, bro. I'm just trying to understand, like, hey, look, this is a spiritual warfare that we're going through out here right now. So the guy had responded, right, and he said that, basically thinking that, I mentioned the Bible, right, that technically a man can have more than one woman, bro. It's in the Bible, and everybody doesn't agree to this, but it's in there. Everybody doesn't have to agree to that lifestyle choice, whether you're a man or a woman. But it's true. A lot of men that are our ancestors had more than one woman. Look at King David, King Solomon, Moses. They all had more than one wife, bro. But dude thought I was crazy. He was like, man, I can't even take you serious for the shit that you talking about, bro. Have a nice day. I'm like, dude, it's in the Bible, bro. But whatever. And he mentioned slavery. Yeah, so is slavery. So is slavery. Okay, yeah. Slavery was in there because we didn't listen to the Most High. It was stated in Deuteronomy 28 that if we didn't obey the Most High's commandments and his laws, that we be under a certain spell, we be casted into slavery. We have to go through punishment for the next 400 years. That 400 years is up now. It's been up. Now it's time for us to come back to the Most High and follow him again. That's why a lot of us are waking up and finding out who we are as people. I'm just like, look, if I mention that, if I mention a Bible if it states this kind of information that I read in there, people will think you crazy. People will hate you for it. People will think that you don't know what you're talking about. But I'm like, dude, I'm making plenty of sense. Men and women are not the same, and you should understand that as a man. But see, a lot of men don't get that. A lot of men don't get that. They don't get that at all. So I was like, you know what? I had to look back on that, and I was like, you know, talking to certain people, it doesn't get you anywhere. If they're not willing to understand, then it's pointless. You got to let people do what they do. But my job is to give truth, wisdom, and information to people. Whether if I'm making videos or not. If I'm talking to people face to face and we come naturally to have deep conversations, we naturally have a deep connecting conversation, then that's what it's all about. You build with people. And that's why I'm making a video right now stating what has been going on. You know? And that's it. It's just like, dude, that stuff was just staged, bro. I see that shit was all staged. Cause you gotta think about it. Where was the security at? Why wasn't Will escorted out of the building? Why wasn't he arrested? You know what I mean? And wasn't he laughing at the joke? The dude was literally laughing at the joke that was made about Jada, bro. And then something just triggered that man due to Jada's facial expression. And it caused him to run up on stage real fast, walk up real fast to Chris Rock. But then you also see why Chris Rock was just standing there. Chris Rock was ready for that smack. Because it's a ritual. It's a ritual that's being played upon all of them. A lot of these Hollywood actors and actresses, a lot of them go through rituals, bro. In order to make certain amount of money, to be in a certain level in this lifetime, they have to go through humiliation rituals in order to achieve higher status in Hollywood. It was destined for Will to win that award. If you peep, Chris Rock was talking about hopefully that Will Smith earns that award for the movie. It was already planned ahead. You don't think these people be planning things ahead? It's on TV, man. You can't believe everything you see on TV. Because if you believe everything that you see on TV, you're always going to be misinformed. So sometimes it's just really important to know how to turn the TV off and get into things that's going to really help you. Get more informed in things that are going on all over the world, not just on national or local news. You got to be informed of what's going on all over the world, because for one thing, we know another food shortage is coming. Another food shortage is coming right now, really soon. The people are still not being prepared. It's just like it said in the Bible that you have to be prepared like the ant, because ants gather up their food for a certain period of time. They already know what they're going to be in search for to eat. And they put it under the ground. So that therefore they can be able to eat when they're not around during a certain period of a season. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we got to be more, aware. We got to be more logic. We got to be more logic based on everything that we do, everything that we see, because a lot of these people are deceivers, man. These people follow Satan. Satan, he is a master deceiver, bro. Until you get into the scriptures, then you understand who he really is. He's not as powerful. He's not as powerful as you think. He's really not. But, you know, that's all I really got to say on this. And that, you know, hopefully we all have learned something from this whole situation. That we know, oh, my car is about to shut off. But anyway, yeah, therefore that we understand that, look, let me get that. We got to see what this television is doing to us. What they put on television, bro. Look at the show Bel-Air. I never watched it, but I heard it was just full of drama. That show is nothing like the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That show is just full of drama and nothing but division and chaos in a black household. You don't get TV shows like that anymore, where it's all about togetherness and learning how to have a family, where we help each other, and that we don't. It's like, where all of a sudden now have you seen all these underlying health issues that people are, you know, handling their problems with drugs and things like that? You never see it. You never see that. You had never seen that in a long time, not up until now. They're all about division in these days. In these last days that we're living in, it's all about separating the weak from the tier. It's all about division. That's all it is, right there. So yeah, I'm about to get off out of here. Just came home from work, and I hope y'all had learned anything from this, because I definitely had learned a lot about the situation that just happened last night between Will and Chris Rock, and what the whole true purpose and the agenda of that situation is about. And hopefully that I was able to, you know, edify y'all just enough to make sure, hey, y'all see my point, and that you also see a lot of other brothers' points who talk about these videos about, you know, everything. So yeah, hopefully y'all have a good one, and peace.